Hi, my name's Jack from Nova, and today I'm going to look through Vektor and mainly going to be looking at the string toolkit snapshots, the reason why I use them and how it can be useful to yourselves, really. So I kind of come up with string toolkits, and the reason why behind it is sometimes when I'm writing long songs or long atmospherical songs, when there's not actually that much happening, especially in the strings, I found that sometimes using how fantastic they are, string libraries, there wasn't as much movement or emotion in the actual sound. It always were very stagnant. And in combination with Vektor and the samples here, the way you can use it is endless. I'll take you through how it is really to begin with. So in the snapshots you get 10 string toolkits. They're all basically string longs, from swarms to flautando to tremolos. There's all different types of articulations collaboratively brought together to create this toolkit of a sound. So you can look at things like this was your string toolkit 6. It gives this is using quite a lot of swarms, and it gives you that lovely overall sound, and that's what basically brought me to making this lot of presets, because there's a lot of times when I'm creating a cue for a TV program or a track where maybe sometimes I'm just droning on the Ds or down in the lower end of the lower end of the keyboard, and this allows a lot of movement. In addition to that, with Vektor being what Vektor is and how powerful this engine is, we can add even more movement to it. I really like to add circular motion to the source movement. So if I actually turn that on, turn the depth down a bit and the speed down a bit, and I really like to pan things really heavily, because then you get this overall kind of feel. So you can. It's ultimately the list is endlessly with things you can do with it. But the reason I like string toolkit is how I use them to create tracks, and I use them with other string libraries. So this is my favourite ensemble patch, what I use to write tracks and maybe end up being in the final cut. And Vektor, when engaged with that, gives a bit of depth and emotion to the sound. Do you know what I mean? It just adds something else, something what you don't really get with normal string libraries. Let's go for a cello. See what this string toolkit 8 does with the cello. It just adds more movement to it, and that's what kind of works, and that's what allows it to work. Got another kind of sound there, which might go really well with. Got some violin ones here. So with Vektor, the possibilities are really endless, and you can ultimately do this with anything. You can use it on its own, you can use it with other string libraries, you can manipulate within Vektor, but they're there to get people excited and get people to create a track what might sound slightly different, and it adds a tiny bit of seasoning to other string libraries, which I really like. So that's just a brief overview of the string toolkit snapshot. So I hope that kind of does everything for you. Thank you very much.